Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 90s podcast. Today, I'm in conversation with an actor who has worked across films, television, and theater and left a lasting impression with his outstanding performances. Please welcome Saleem Shah. Hi, sir. How are you today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too, sir. I was reading about you and I came to know you were born in Aligarh, Uttar Pradesh, and you completed your studies there. Could you share a little bit about your childhood and what were you like as a kid?
Well, I was born in Aligarh, like you said, and I studied in a school here called Lady Fatma. And after that, I did my pre-university from Aligarh University, mechanical engineering from there. It's a 5-year course. I was interested in theater, but I got selected in engineering, which was supposed to be a great thing at that time. Medical profession and engineering. These were the two professions that were really, looked up to. I'm talking about the 80s, 80, 81 में जब मेरा selection हुआ. And everybody wanted me to become an engineer. I wanted to become an actor. So we kind of, the family and myself, we reached on a compromise that I'll finish my engineering degree. I'll do my engineering degree and then maybe pursue, not maybe, and then pursue my film or
Passion.
theater or passion, whatever. Yeah, then I completed my engineering. In between, I wanted to leave and join the National School of Drama. But unfortunately, that year it was a 0 year, and we couldn't. I mean, there was no admissions. So, and it was only 2 years left for my engineering. So I kind of completed my engineering and then came to Mumbai in 1990. Yeah, so that's about it, about the Aligarh days.
As a kid, ये आपका passion था, ये आपका सपना था कि you wanted to be an actor, you wanted to perform on the stage. Was this your dream?
I don't know whether it was my dream or not because if you, I mean, as a young person, you don't really know what dream is, and you only realize uh, uh, that a dream is a dream when you reach a certain stage, or a dream can be fulfilled as a reality, whatever. उस वक्त तो मतलब कुछ ऐसा नहीं लगता, ये लगता है कि हाँ ये करना है. तो I don't know. I was a shy child. In school, I was the house captain also, though. One of those for blue house, red house, वो जो होता है. और I was good at debates. I also acted in a few school plays. My aunt was a teacher there, and she used to do the yearly drama in that school. So somehow I got a chance, because the rehearsal used to happen at our house only. So the students used to come and, I mean, they kind of misplaced my ball, which I was playing with. As I was crying and all that, and they said, "Come on, we'll give you a small, you will come on stage and stuff." तो मुझे इस तरह से पटाया गया. वो शायद शुरुआत थी. और उसके बाद फिर स्कूल के एक दो प्लेज में जब मैं 9th 10th में था वहां पार्टिसिपेट किया. But then by that time it had become a desire. I would not call a dream. Later on it turned into a dream. But एक desire हो गया था कि हाँ, this is very good. I mean, you get to enact so many lives, you know, not like if you're an engineer, you're just doing that.
किसी का इन्फ्लुएंस था आपके ऊपर लाइक इन योर फैमिली और अराउंड यू वर यू इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय एनीवन हु वाज एक्टिंग कैसी बस जनरली आप किसी को देखते थे या यू एक्टर या कोई ऐसा पर्सन जिसको आप एक परफॉर्मर जिसको आप देखते होंगे आप कहते होंगे यार मुझे ऐसा कुछ बनना है.
Yes, it was Mr. Nasiruddin Shah because I happen to be related to him. So in my childhood, obviously the family interactions were there, and he had already become an actor. As in, he had passed, he's done NSD and FTII. He was doing some movies at that time, art films directed by Sham Benegal. So, and he used to, of course, act on stage, and he's also from Aligarh University. So when I was a child, I have seen some of his performances at the Aligarh stage. There's a very big auditorium in Aligarh called Kennedy Hall, Kennedy Auditorium. So that's an iconic auditorium. So yes, there was a major influence, and that was of Mr. Nasiruddin Shah.
कई बार ये होता था उस जमाने में कि you're an engineer, doctor, continue with this particular profession. Even if you have a dream to become an actor, उस टाइम पे बहुत difficult होता था उस चीज को pursue करना. In your case, your family, were they supportive? Like कैसा था उस टाइम?
मेरी पहला तो ये था कि इंजीनियरिंग कर लो. उन लोगों को ये लगा था कि इंजीनियरिंग कर, इस बीच में इसका ये बुखार उतर जाए. हाँ, होता है ना कि अभी मना मत करो, ठीक है, एक कॉम्प्रोमाइज पे पहुंच गए. उसके बाद my grandfather was dead against this. In fact, he didn't speak to me for almost 1 year after my engineering, when I went to Mumbai and started looking work as an actor, and when I used to come home to Aligarh. तो वो मतलब वैसे नहीं कि बिल्कुल बात नहीं करते, but he was unhappy. I could feel, you know, that he was unhappy, and he was my mother supported me, and then my father also came along. Unfortunately, I am from a broken home. My parents were divorced when I was very young, probably 2 years or something. So yeah, the family then eventually kind of supported. There was moral support, there was emotional support, whatever, you know, they could do.
जो आप अपनी सिचुएशन बता रहे हैं कि आप यू कम फ्रॉम अ ब्रोकन होम, आई डोंट नो इफ आई कैन आस्क यू दिस क्वेश्चन, बट डिड द इमोशंस यू हेल्ड बैक इन चाइल्डहुड help you express yourself through acting later on?
Definitely. I would have probably suffocated, and I did feel suffocated. Even as a child, I could never see, I never experienced a family, as in the father and mother together. You know, what a normal child, it's normal for a child to be a part of that. My family was, fortunately for us, we were living in a joint family. And my grandfather and the entire joint family had told my father that whatever you do, our grandson and the daughter-in-law will stay with us in the ancestral house. My father was told कि ये तो तुम जाना है जाओ, you know. But so this was a great thing, and for me, that my grandfather, his two brothers, my father's elder brothers, my cousins, they were my family. But I could never experience के माँ बाप साथ में, you know, जा रहे हैं कहीं हॉलीडे पे, जा रहे हैं, या जो एक नॉर्मल साला आइसक्रीम खाने जा रहे हैं, या कहीं भी जा रहे हैं. तो I could not call anybody my own except my mother. या ये सब चीजें थी, और शायद ये निकली हैं परफॉर्मेंसेस में.
In the process, when did you first realize that acting was something wanted to pursue?
Around that time, 8th standard, 9th standard, because that was the time when the influence of our relative was there. And at that time, he was like, the new, I would say, not, but in a sense, the new kid on the block, where everybody was the artist category, the critics. Everybody was talking about this actor called, Nasiruddin Shah. So this kind of attracted me to the profession. Ke yaar, before that, I have said this often in interviews, that I wanted to join the civil services.
Wow.
Ha, yeah. That was what I wanted to do before that. But then once this bug bit me, this acting bug, then I decided that no, I think this profession, I would say that I considered the fame, I considered the power and influence of the civil services, and thought, okay, yeah, this is it in our country. These are the people who actually do something for the society and also have influence power to to do that. बट ये यहाँ से फिर जो एक्टिंग वाला रास्ता दिखने लगा, तो फिर वो छोड़कर आई डिसाइडेड दैट आई विल become an actor. I was the drama secretary also of the university.
Wow.
AMU has got this AMU drama club. It's a society. Uh, there's a music club, there's a film club, So I was very active in that. I was the secretary for about 4 years. Did a lot of work. That was my learning. That was my NSD kind of. And I also used to, because Delhi and Aligarh are very close. It's a 2 hour journey. अब तो और भी 1.5 पौने 2 घंटे का हो गया. पहले भी ट्रेन से 2.5 घंटे का. तो I used to go there and watch plays on weekends. I used to go to Shri Ram Center bookshop and buy all the books there. That was my hobby. And, I've been fortunate to have watched a lot of great theater actors on stage. Uh, at that time, Delhi was brimming with talent, theatrical talent, which later shifted to Mumbai.
Did you learn acting or is it a self-taught journey?
It's a self-taught. I never went to a school. I could not, as in because I completed my engineering. At, when I did my engineering, I was already 24, 25. And at that point, NSD का जो एक रुतबा था वो गिर चुका था लोगों की नजरों में कि अब वहां नहीं, अलकाजी साहब थे तब तक था, अब कुछ नहीं है. you know Most of the actors from NSD were dejected. There was no film work also for them. So then there was no. So it's a self-taught journey. Whatever I saw, I read, I imbibed, and then I practiced during my college days. Like I said, we used to do about 3-4 plays in a year. छोटे प्लेयर आधे घंटे के 40 मिनट के. And so it was a combination of that which led me to the kind of decision ke, okay, now after completion of your degree you move over to Mumbai.
Yeah.
Maybe in my dreams it was like I'll land. वो सबके ड्रीम में होता है कि मैं बॉम्बे सेंट्रल पहुंचूंगा और या तो सलीम जावेद खड़े होंगे, उस जमाने के वो लोग थे कि भाई आप आ गए, बड़ा इंतजार था आपका, या सुभाष घई होंगे, या तो वो होता है कि मतलब 2-3 दिन में जाते ही ये खबर फैल जाएगी कि मैं आ चुका हूँ.
What was your first significant role? How did it come about? Like,
See, I was very lucky that way because I started getting work quite early. मतलब पहुंचने के साथ ही at that point of time, I did a small cameo in my first work, actually. My first shoot in Mumbai. It was at Filmistan Studios, the famous Filmistan Studios. And it was a serial called Mirza Ghalib. And Gulzar Saab was the director. It was you will sneeze and you will miss it. It is that kind of a role. So that was my first, if you would call it. But and I started getting, work in Discovery of India and some afternoon serials. But then my major work, which I would say on television, was Just Mohabbat.
so I'm always very curious about that show because वो मेरे बचपन का बहुत बड़ा हिस्सा है, एक यादों का बहुत बड़ा बड़ा हिस्सा है. How did you lend the role in that show? And it was such a unique concept, like youth-centric show.
Tony and Dia Singh had come to watch one of my plays one of my co-actor, a person in my group at that point of time, was also working in a series made by Dia and Tony Singh before Just Mohabbat. Through this person, they came to see the show. They knew who I was. I had met them a few times, and they were like very big those days because that serial Banegi Apni Baat was doing very well. So then they came to see the play, and then nothing. After some months, I got a call saying that they wanted to meet me. So I went, and it was, I think, around 11 or 12 in the morning. Around that time, they had called me. So I went to their home and we sat and all. And with their, because Tony he was also a cameraman before. His father was a great cameraman and he was also a very good cameraman. Later on, he turned producer. So they said they'll do a, जिसको आज लोग लुक टेस्ट और ऑडिशंस कहते हैं, तो उस जमाने में उन्होंने अपने कैमरे से ही बस एक आध फोटो लिया कुछ, आई डोंट नो, दे शॉट समथिंग बहुत ही माइनर, एंड देन वी काइंड ऑफ आई फॉरगॉट अबाउट इट, एंड देन 3 months later this call came that this is the this thing, and you have to do this role. So obviously I was looking for work. So I was very glad at getting a. It was one of the main characters. There was hardly 4 or 5 people. The
Right.
child was the child was the hero,
The
but the
father.
father was, was equivalent. Was also kind of a very good
Main
character
character.
in the series. Yeah, he was the main character. So that's how the role. That's how I landed the role, and the serial was written very well, and it was a great experience with its ups and downs, uh, you know but talking about the creative aspect of the thing, of Just Mohabbat, it was way ahead of its time at that point.
So I always felt that Just Mohabbat had a certain elite class or urban vibe to it. Was that intentional? Did you sit with the team to understand how that character is?
See, my job, or for that matter any actor's job, was to just kind of enact that person. So whatever little brief was given, but this whole thing that now you're saying that it had a urban vibe, और उसमें ये था और वो था, हमें नहीं मालूम उसमें क्या था। और किसी ने ये पूरा प्लान करके, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं। जो कि हर अच्छी क्रिएटिव चीज के पीछे यही होता है कि जिस वक्त वो बन रही होती है उस वक्त आपको बिल्कुल एहसास नहीं होता। You are part and parcel of the thing and you don't realize. But one, I would say, it was a very fresh, और बहुत विक्टर जो थे, विजय कृष्णाचार्य, who later made films, still making films. He wrote Boom and stuff like that. So विजय कृष्णाचार्य ने बड़ी ही और बहुत इम्प्रॉम्प्टू लिखता था वो। मतलब कभी कभी तो हमें हंसी आती थी कि ये क्या, तो इट वाज दैट, एंड इट वाज अ स्लाइस ऑफ लाइफ काइंड ऑफ। तो एक ये उसकी कामयाबी, मेजरली तो राइटिंग। सेकंड, नए चेहरे थे कास्ट। नोबडी हैड काइंड ऑफ कहना चाहिए उसका कि ये इस तरह के रोल करता है, उस तरह की रोल करते हैं। बच्चा वॉज द हाईलाइट। उससे पहले कोई सीरियल ऐसा नहीं आया था जिसमें बच्चा हीरो। और बच्चे की जो प्रॉब्लम है, एक 8 साल के 9 साल के बच्चे के जो एक, वो जिस तरह से जिंदगी को देख रहा है, सीरियल उस तरह से बना था ना, उसकी आंखों से आपने देखा, उसके माँ बाप को भी उसकी आंखों से देखा, माँ बाप को वैसे अलग से भी देखा, उनकी पर्सनल ग्रोथ भी हुई थी कैरेक्टर्स की, ऑब्वियसली माँ बाप की। डेजमंड जो हाउस हेल्प था हमारा, जो जो बेटी थी, और बहुत सारे। Irfan did about 4 episodes of that in the beginning. I don't know whether you've seen that or not.
Yeah, I've seen
So
some.
a lot of good actors used to come for, because Victor 4 episode की कहानी लिखते थे। एक जो एक स्टोरी चलती थी उस घर में, वो 4 एपिसोड की चलती, तो उसमें बहुत ही बेहतरीन एक्टर्स आते थे अ, वो 4 एपिसोड करने के लिए या 2-3 एपिसोड। और उसमें मैं दिया सिंह का, जो धोनी की वाइफ है, उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन बहुत दूंगा मैं उनको, इस चीज का पूरा श्रेय दूंगा कि एटलीस्ट टिल द शो गॉट सेटल्ड, she used to be on the set and she used to, kind of, even after a shot, if she would feel ke, this is slightly, ये ऐसा हो जाए, वैसा हो जाए, ये हो जाए, तो एक्टर्स से बातचीत करती रहती थी। तो ये सारे रीजंस थे मेरी नजर में उसको एकदम एक कल्ट शो बनाने।